Hi, it's Francesca here, and this is I Just Wanna Write, my 1 year creative writing challenge throughout all 2024. In fact, at the end of this year, I want to be able to publish the short stories I harbor within myself and in my atmosphere. I just want to remind you that I'm not a professional writer, I'm not a teacher, I'm not teaching anything here, I'm not selling anything, not advertising anything, and I'm not monetizing the videos. I just want to write, okay? And if you want to write with me, that would be so good, so beautiful. Please write with me. So let's go directly to the exercise of today, which is writing about the activity of writing and solitude, which is not loneliness, okay? So why do I want to write about this? Because reading Julia Cameron, I don't know if she wrote anything about it in the artist way, but I know that she wrote something very nice about it in the right to write. Julia Cameron addresses to this topic because she says that many people they are scared. Maybe they like to write. They maybe have a will, a desire to write, but then they are scared because writing is a lonely activity. You are alone. It's not like theater in a group. It's not like other kinds of activities, but art. Only theater I think is made in group, but or dance, any kind of dance. But then painting, playing also is made in group, but sometimes you have to do it alone. You study alone, you practice alone. But the writing is always, always, always alone, always. So Julia Cameron goes through a process of exploration, and then she works, if I remember correctly, she works with positive affirmations on the topic, so that the person which is scared about writing because of this problem, let's call it a problem, can address it and find a solution for explore the writing without fear of solitude. So I don't believe in positive affirmations at all. I think that the positive affirmations can be powerful when inside our unconscious there is already some positive base that is there, which comes from our experience, especially the experience in our childhood, but very often there is no such a thing in our experience so solid. Often we come to adulthood or even in a young age with a lot of fears and a lot of uncertainties, and we devalue ourselves and we don't trust ourselves and so many other things that we all know very well. So positive affirmation for me is just a violence that one can do on himself or herself. I go to positive affirmation. I built actually a process to come to the positive affirmation, but at the end of a path. I wrote it down, and maybe I will share it here. I don't know. Let's see. But what I can say and tell, I don't use positive affirmations in any case if I don't know that inside myself there is a truth which is sustaining that positive affirmation. If there is anything like that, I need to work on that missing thing that is there, not go directly to the positive affirmation. But let's go back to the subject. So writing in solitude for some people can be a difficulty. It's not for me. I'm very used to solitude and I like it. I've always liked this state of being with myself. Because when I am alone with myself, I not only do very interesting things, I am an extremely curious kind of person, and I'm always busy with something because I really love to know many things. The writing is one of them. those things, but I really want to know and experience and practice and many things. But I also have a practice of meditation, and I also like to be alone with myself by doing nothing, and that was always with me. I always had that with me. Somebody else has to build that thing, and writing can be a tool for this kind of conquest, conquering something. So writing, you do it alone, and if you have some problem with that, it's better to address it right now at the beginning of a journey. And if you have no problems with that, it is also useful because it's an exploration that you do, a further exploration of yourself, and you know better yourself, and this gives more clarity for yourself, but also for the characters one day you're going to write about. So I set the usual timing for this theme. We're going to write together, so I set the timer and 7 minutes, and I invite you to write in your own language, mother language, because it's really connected to you, to your roots and your unconscious. It's a kind of a free writing exercise with a theme: me, the writing, and the solitude. What is my relation with all these things, and how these things relate one to each other? Relate each other, you say in English, right? Yes. Okay. So, are you ready? Let's go then. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's write. Well, I've already written about the relationship between me, my writing, and the solitude. So I already know a lot about the subject, for what it concerns me. And I have to say, every time I write about it, it's something new comes out. Um, I don't know why my memory went back when I was around 10 years old, and I was writing diaries a lot. And I remembered that one of the inspirations I had to do to practice this kind of writing was coming from Anais Nin. And at those times, and in those years, I was writing alone, but imagining the kind of uh, vital atmosphere she was created in her life. And it was really fascinating for me at those times. And then later, around 30 years old, I just went back to her diaries and I said, what is this? I really changed over the years. I felt like it was almost childish, and it's not. It was a judgment. Now I'm not judging in anything anymore, because I know everyone has to go through her own life or his own life, and experiencing and learning through life how it is. So perfectly fine for me, the way of life Hannah Nin was having those days in her life. I just want to record how it changed for me over the years. But you see, my solitude was filled by those worlds. I was dreaming of a world where culture in Europe was good and high productive, as it was in those days. And I always felt myself a little bit as I was out of my times, not really fitting in my times. Nowadays, I understand many things, and yes, I'm totally fitting these times because I believe I chose them. So yes, uh, you see, you go deep and deeper and deeper in a subject, and many other things come out. And this could be material for a short story or anything else that I want to write. So, I was for you. Do you have any fear about solitude and writing, and the activity of solitude, of writing and solitude? Um, you can always go back to this and find some solution. For example, I used to write a letter to my best friend asking help for solving a problem, an imaginative best friend, which is the best friend I have in myself, within myself. We have many egos, and not only egos, we have many energies within myself, and some of those energies are ourselves. So we can ask them, and we can address the better energies we have within ourselves. And if you had some problem with this being in solitude, and if that is stopping you from writing, just address this part of yourself in a letter and ask, how can I solve this? And let that part of yourself answer back. You will see the results. Okay? Okay, so this is the end of the video. Thank you very much for having been with me. If you like the video, as usual, just subscribe the channel if you haven't yet, and like the video, share it with your friends and whoever can be interested in that. I would love to build the community of creative writers all around the world, where we can exchange suggestions, make up other games, and do many things and funny stuff together. Okay, thank you very much for being with me, and see you at the next video. Ciao.